book is Lily's Purple Plastic Purse. I have Kevin Hinkies. Oh, Lily loved school. I love school, she would say. She loved the pointy pencils. She loved the squeaky chalks. She loved the way her boots went click, 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 click down the long, shiny hallways. Lily loved the privacy of her very own desk. She loved the fish sticks and the chocolate milk every Friday in the lunchroom. And most of all, she loved her teacher, Mr. Slinger. I love you. This is for you. Mr. Slinger was sharp as a tack. He wore artistic shirts. He wore glasses on a chain around his neck, and he wore a different colored tie for each day of the week. Wow, said Lily. That's just about all she could say. Wow. Instead of greeting students or good morning, pupils, Mr. Slinger winked an eye and would always say, howdy. He thought that the desks and rows were old-fashioned and boring. Do you rodents think you could handle a semicircle? And he always provided the most tasty of snacks, things that were curly and crunchy and cheesy. I want to be a teacher when I grow up, says Lily. Me too, says her friends, Chester, Wilson, and Victor. At home, Lily pretended to be Mr. Slinger. I am the teacher, she told her baby brother Julius. Listen up. Lily even wanted her own set of deluxe pictures encyclopedias. What's with Lily? Asked her mother. I thought she wanted to be a surgeon or an ambulance driver. Or a diva, said her father. It must be because of her new teacher, Mr. Slinger, said Mom. Wow, said her father. That was just about all he could say was, wow. Whenever the students had free time, they were permitted to go to the light bulb lab in the back of the classroom. They expressed their ideas creatively through drawing and writing. Lily went often. She had lots of ideas. She drew pictures of Mr. Slinger, and she wrote stories about him too. During sharing time, Lily showed her creations to the entire class. Wow, said Mr. Slinger. And that was just about all he could say. Wow. When Mr. Slinger had the bus duty, Lily stood in line, even though she didn't ride the bus. Lily raised her hands more than anyone in the class, even though she didn't know the answers. And she volunteered to stay after school to clap erasers. I want to be a teacher. When I grow up, said Lily. Excellent choice, said Mr. Slinger. One Monday morning, Lily came to school especially happy. She had gone shopping with her Grammy over the weekend, and Lily had a pair of movie star sunglasses, complete with glittery diamonds, and a chain just like Mr. Slinger's. She had 3 shiny quarters, and best of all, she had a brand new purple plastic purse that played a jaunty tune whenever it was opened. Lily wanted to show everyone. Not now, Mr. Slinger said. Listen to our story. Lily had a tough time listening. Lily really wanted to show everyone. Not now, said Mr. Slinger. Let's be considerate of our classmates. Lily was having a tough time being considerate. Lily really wanted to show everyone. Not now, said Mr. Slinger. Wait until recess or sharing time. But Lily could not wait. The glasses were so glittery, the quarters were so shiny, and the purse played such nice music, not to mention how excellent it was for storing school supplies. Look, Lily whispered to her friends. Look, everyone, look what I've got. Everyone looked, including Mr. Slinger, who was not amused. I'll just keep your things at my desk until the end of the day, said Mr. Slinger. They'll be safe there, and then you can take them home. Lily's stomach lurched. She felt like crying. Her glasses were gone, her quarters were gone, her purple plastic purse was gone. Lily longed for her purse all morning. She was even so sad that she couldn't eat snack that Mr. Slinger served before recess. That afternoon, Lily went to the light bulb lab. She was still very sad. She thought and she thought and she thought, and then she became angry. She thought and she thought and she thought some more, and then she became furious. And she thought and she thought and she thought and she thought a little bit longer, and then she drew a picture of Mr. Slinger. Oh. Big, fat, mean Mr. Stealin's teacher. Thief, bad, wanted by the FBI. Do not want to be a teacher when I grow up. Right before the last bell rang, Lily sneaked the drawing into Mr. Slinger's book bag. When all the students were buttoning and zipping and snapping and tied and ready to go home, Mr. Slinger strolled over to Lily and gave her the purple purse back. It's a beautiful purse, said Mr. Slinger. Your quarters are nice and jingly, and those glasses are absolutely fabulous. You may bring them back to school as long as you don't disturb the rest of the class. I do not want to be a teacher when I grow up, Lily said, and she marched out of the classroom. On the way home, Lily opened her purse. Her glasses and quarters were inside, and so was a note from Mr. Slinger. It said, Today was a difficult day. Tomorrow will be better. There was also a small bag of tasty snacks at the bottom of the purse. Oh, Lily's stomach lurched again. She felt like crying. She felt simply awful. Lily ran all the way home and told her mother and her father everything. And instead of watching her favorite cartoons, Lily decided to sit in the uncooperative chair. I'll stay here a million years from Mr. Slinger. Why does everything always happen to me? 1051, 1052, 1053. That night, Lily drew a nice new picture of Mr. Slinger. And this time, she added a story. Lily was really, really sorry. So everyone forgave her, even her parents, even her stinky baby brother, and even her especially incredible teacher. And then the sun shined its smiley face down on everyone, and everything, even the bugs and worms, were happy. The end. Listen up! I forgive everyone! Oh, I'm really, 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 really sorry. Oh, I'm so sorry, Mr. Slinger. Lily's mother wrote a note, and Lily's father baked some tasty snacks for Lily to take to school the next day. I think Mr. Slinger will like these treats. I think he'll understand. I do too. The next morning, Lily got to school early. These are for you, Lily said to Mr. Slinger, because I'm really, 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 really sorry. Mr. Slinger read the story. He looked at the picture. He read the note. And he sampled the snacks. Wow, Mr. Slinger said. And that was really just about all he could say. Wow. What do you think we should do with this? Asked Mr. Slinger. Could you just throw it away? Asked Lily. That's an excellent idea, said Mr. Slinger. And during sharing time, Lily demonstrated the many uses of her unique qualities of her purple plastic purse, and her shiny quarters, and her glittery movie star. sunglasses. And then she did a little performance using them as props. It's called interpretive dance, Lilly said. Mr. Slinger joined in. Wow, said the whole class. And that was really just about all they could say. Wow. Throughout the rest of the day, Lily's purse and quarters and sunglasses were tucked safely inside her desk. She would peek at them often, but they did not disturb a soul. And right before the last bell rang, Mr. Slinger served Lily's snacks to everyone's delight. What do you want to be when you grow up? Asked Mr. Slinger. A teacher, said everyone, and Lily's response was the loudest. Excellent choice, said Mr. Slinger. And as the pupils filed out of the classroom, Lily held her purple plastic purse close to her heart. Mr. Slinger was right. It had been a better day. Lily ran and skipped and hopped and jumped all the way home. Oh, she was so happy. She was really, really, really happy. And she really, really, really did want to be a teacher when she grew up. That is, when she didn't want to be a dancer, or a surgeon, or an ambulance driver, or a diva, or a pilot, or a hairdresser, or a scuba driver, or something else.